I'm illegally in Peru. After just leaving Machu Picchu in the last episode, I've gotten back to civilization but also internet, where I was met with a flood of emails stating I have just 7 days to leave the country before my vehicle is confiscated. Simply overstaying 28 days in the country somehow adds up to be over $400 on the conversion. That's insane. The vehicle in question being this irreplaceable Bolivian tuk-tuk, expected to drive the full 900 kilometers out of the country with the majority of roads being above 4,000 meters altitude. Along the way, we stumble across the worst hotel we've had on the 3 years of this trip, try a Kentucky Fried Alpaca for the first time, and brave the truck-filled highways to get to the Chilean border to begin the frustrating pile of bureaucracy needed for a foreigner who's overstayed his visa.
Una ventana de ilusión. Niños jugando y las flores brotando y en ese instante parece todo volver al antes.
Says happy travels that we are happily traveling through Peru on our route right now to Chilean. We're still about 200 kilometers from there. It's hard for me to say we're making good time, but I feel like we are. We overstayed our 90-day visa, but we cannot overstay the 120-day deadline that we have. Otherwise, police are threatened with a confiscated tuk-tuk. We can't be having that. Yep, just a quick one. You saw that I ate koi not too long ago, hamsters. I love they have a monument over it. And it's not because they're a cute animal. It's because they're tasty and it's a Peruvian delight. Look at that. You know it's going to be a long week of travel when day one is ending with this Spanish opera. Right, that there is a hostel. That's the tuk-tuk, of course. The hostel is no longer operational. So we stopped. They said we're about 20 minutes from the next town where we can find a spot to stay. We're just letting missed pats on the trots. We found Peruvian lays. What the heck? Made with like chips from Peru. Peruvian chips. So this is a spicy flavor. Peruvian lays. It's like the perfect amount of spice that you want, actually. I'd probably rate them like a 8.5 out of 10. So this region, it's called Pampa. They call it. It's this section. We've literally just crossed out of the province of Cusco and we're into the province, whatever it is that surrounds Lago Titicaca. It's apparently all flat and it's quite cold because we are still at 4,000 meters. So it's going to be all flat for probably another day of driving and then it's downhill to Chile. Oh yeah, baby. Kane, what are you eating? Hey. Oh, you're not eating. Good girl. Scared the heck out of me. I came to get Patty's food and I think this little, like I've left it for 5 minutes. Out you get, you little gato. Little loca. This is Patty's food. The cat could smell it and was straight in for it. Here we are, we've found our spot for the night. Bruh, what is this place? This is the toilet without a light, without a toilet seat, without a bin. I'm not going to show too much, but we just walk in. I don't know what all this is. Bruh. That's the bathroom. This the bedroom. Miss Potts. So I've already checked in. Like we've parked the car across the road, paid the money. Mid-paying, I said, is there Wi-Fi? No, that's fine, whatever. Is there hot water? She said yes. The husband's now telling me no. And that's all good. Except I think I've been gringo priced because this place is not $12 US. It's not. Like that's not a lot of money, but this place is not. This room has got a musty smell and they've invested all their money on the blankets because it's freezing. But the issue is I'm allergic to that blanket. So this is Patty's blanket on top. It's just her bed for the night. There's not even a restaurant in walking distance. I don't know what we're gonna do about dinner. This is just Miss Potts. You're waiting for dinner. You're happy as though. God damn it, man. Why? I'm not like this. You know me. I'm chill with whatever. Except when I buy some yogurt, there's no dinner. So it's like, it's a yogurt dinner, right? and I'm never really a yogurt fan, but that's all the, oh, I feel sick looking at it. I've just drank up to where my finger is. Santa Clara. I don't know who to blame. It's in date. I checked the date before purchasing it. The mold on the outsides, but the mold on the inner thing, and I didn't see it until I've drunk more, and as I've drunk down, I've revealed the more mold. Oh my god, man. I'm so done with today. This bed's really dirty as well. This is like the mattress cover. This is the mattress. It's very sandy and dirty, whatever. And what's going on with this pillow, bro? That's mold on the pillow. This is not 30 soles, dude. This place is. Oh, I would have preferred the tent next to the tuk-tuk in the garage. Gracias. Oh man, this day stinks.
After a night of very little sleep and a grumbling stomach, I stop off at a grandmother's food stand for avocado cheese breads and a coffee, which is exactly what we needed.
On the trots, Miss Butts? Butts on the trots? We made it to Juliaca, and it's a really wacky city. It's big, but there's not a lot going on. But that kind of makes sense. The touristic city is more Puno, and it's just 45 kilometers away, so we're just not even gonna stop in this city. We're just gonna keep on going. And it's always these innovative, really wild cities that have these mental contraptions. These are all just little vendors that have converted a bicycle where people sit on the front to something unique. But I'm trying to show off, I just saw about 3 or 4 of them. There's a motorbike, and then they've got 2 passengers that sit on the front. Look at this. Now I'm going back streets and I don't know where I'm going. We have accidentally just found ourselves in the drivable market. How insane. ¿Puedo sacar una foto? ¿Puedo sacar? No. Yeah, this place is bad vibes. We're getting out of here. We just literally parked off. Got the Airbnb sorted. We're not staying here. We're going to stay in Puno. 2 nights, get some editing done. But this is, yeah, this is interesting. This is the motorbikes I was talking about. Motorbike, and then they got 2 people just sit on the front. It's crazy. Look at the design of this thing, right? They've just snapped off the handlebars and put it on the basket in the front. And there's a big dude in the back. Yeah. Got it going in Peru, man. Nice. Wow, this journey never ceases to impress me. That is some seagulls above, because that is Lake Titicaca, the highest elevation lake in the world. We are back again. Somewhere across that lake, we crossed the border from Bolivia to Peru. We've done an entire freaking circuit, and we're back. This was the fastest route to go from Machu Picchu to Chile, so that's why it's like we might as well stop in. But this town, I don't know, I had a lot of expectations for it. It's kind of pretty big, but it's all just like brick buildings. So it was literally 4 months ago, but it feels like yesterday. Wow, I am destroyed. It's been a huge freaking couple weeks since we left Lima of just travels, and we're on track to get to Chile for our visa and not to get screwed over by the customs, but we don't have too much time, so it'll be nice to like just chill tomorrow for Patty to have a bit of a rest, and then we're sending on out again. Now let's go check out this Airbnb.
So we just put the tuk-tuk in the garage, and a street away from where we're staying, a farmer's brought his, I guess he's called a shepherd, with his sheep there. We're in the rural suburbs, and somehow he's got a place to house like 35 sheep and bring them out to a empty block of land for some grass.
Well, this is the humble abode that we've just stayed 2 days. We're literally packing to get out on the road again. We're probably 3 days drive from Chile. Patty deserves a little treat. I think a little breakfast treat. This is like a good girl. She likes these. These are something for the teeth apparently. They're called dente toy. And diente is like teeth, so maybe they're good for the teeth. But you like that? Unfortunately, when I give her bones, they sometimes make her stomach really bad. So this is an alternative if I give her a little bit every now and then. And if she's not eating her top of the range food, if it's anything else, she's also gets sick. So she's a fragile little one, but we've always got plenty of food on hand for her in those situations.
Day 3 begins with this dog having a lot to tell me as we get our last aerial overview of the city of Puno, but also Lake Titicaca. Unfortunately, I can't fly the drone for long as it has more connectivity issues which have been occurring ever since we lost it momentarily in the mountains, where it then proceeded to get rained on.
Looks a bit ugly. That's the air filter. So with all the dirt roads we've been driving, it's a bit hectic. He's just going to clean it up for us. Perfect. That's not Patty. What you doing, buddy? Done. Air filter sorted. Hey buddy, we got it done. Friendly people, got the tires filled up, the air filter cleaned, and the fuel all filled up, ready to go. This is Pampa, this is Peru. So it is pretty cold still, even though it's a cracking day. Look at it. How good. Well, we're stopping for some lunch. This is a great little visual representation of what's going on. We've got, these are the 3 breakfast plates. Like, they have rice and chicken for breakfast, which is crazy, or a huge soup. That looks pretty good. This is the famous lomo saltado. They're even selling like crumbed alpaca, which is interesting. ¿Cómo está?
Buenos días.
¿Qué es eso en el medio?
Chicharrón de alpaca.
Ah, ¿en serio?
Ajá.
¿Tienes o no?
¿Sí hay?
Yeah?
Yeah, we ordered it. That's what we're getting. Chicharrón de alpaca. Well, heck, we've been in Peru nearly 4 months and never tried alpaca. So I thought it was going to be crumbed or with sauce, but it's not. It's nothing like the pictures, but it's a bit fatty, a bit chewy. We've got like an audience. ¿A ti te gusta? ¿Te gusta? It must have been like a fatty part. It's pretty interesting. We got like four potatoes, a bit of salad. Cuidado. It's like a fattier. It's definitely a fattier meat. similar to the guinea pig. It's like cool to get once, try it, and then kind of avoid it. Yeah, that was decent. We hooked into it. If I'm dying, I'm gonna eat it. If I have the choice of cow it is. But this is Peru. You gotta do what the Peruvians do. Got a little stash from Miss Pats as well. Gracias. Good girl, Miss Pats. Good girl. Good girl. Hola. 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 What do I have? What do I have? Oh, what's that? Is that chicharrón de alpaca, Miss Pats? What's that? What's that? That's for you. Good girl. Good sit, stay. And eat. There you go. You like that? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Nice. It's delicious, hey, Miss Pats? Oh, don't lose it. Yeah, you're good. Happy, Miss Pats? Happy? Good girl. Little one. Vamos. Little blessing spot back there. Pretty interesting. This might be a dangerous road in the mountains here in the curvies for trucks, so they could stop and make a little offering or something like that for safety. It's another stunning day. I miss Brazil. This is some Brazilian funk in the mountains of Peru, on the wayside. I cannot believe just half an hour ago I was hooking into one of those ones. One of those fluffy alpacas. It did cross my mind. I was like, they are so cute. Where's the sauce? Just all of a sudden, the scenery changed up. We're still about 250 kilometers even from the ocean. This isn't just beach sand, this is desert. And I forgot that Peru was desert. We've spent so long now in the mountains, and now it's just these ones.
So far so good on this mountainous drive. I can feel myself fatiguing from the hours sat in the upright tuk-tuk seat, but at the very least we're on track to get out of Peru on time.
Entre tus brazos descanso en tu amor, procuro nunca soltarlos, recordando siempre tu calor para nunca de mí desatarlo. Eres el más humilde sentimiento, aquel que me acaricia. Eres mi calma y mi tormenta, por el que mi alma se desliza.
Still at altitude. Tuk-tuk tour is just ticking over still. Getting us there slowly but surely. Thank you. Yeah, not many cars today either. It's a beautiful, glorious Sunday. By the way, the last police stop we had was episodes ago. I've driven 500 kilometers without a police checkpoint. And Lima especially was riddled with police. Such a change up. That is the neutral coast. It is also the fuel level. We don't have any more fuel in the back, but we're just cruising on down. What's funny about this road is I've driven it before. Not that I remember if there's a gas station, there's little things I know. I stopped there, I gave Patty water there, we stopped for a snack break there, but it's beautiful views.
I filmed far less of this short section of road driving since it's part of the overlap that I drove on the way to the capital of Peru, Lima. Crazy to think that the last time I was on these roads, I hadn't seen my parents and still hadn't gotten all these nice mods which have really made a difference to the travel.
Like, check this out, I was right here, I stopped, and I put the drone up, and I'm driving, and I know these roads perfectly because I've edited the drone footage, and I feel like it was just a lot greener than this. Is pretty dry. I don't know if the sunset's kind of playing its part, but
We've probably just driven the last 10 kilometers downhill in neutral, and it's fantastic. Alright, we do want a bit of speed though. What do you think about this electric tuk-tuk, Miss Pants? Yep, we got here with like 0 fuel consumption. And I bought a few snacks from the fuel station the last time I was here in Makewa. We made it back. It's very rare I come back to places on this trip, and it's very rare I come back to them 4 months later. Crazy. What a view, eh? That's gorgeous. Driving up the hills of Makewa now. Okay, vamos, vamos, vamos. We're having the best time this time. Okay, well then, we got karaoke in the plaza behind me of Makewa. We made it. We're in the same hotel, different garage. We got the garage sorted as well. And we're just on the trots at this Pat's. Trying to find something to make of dinner on this Sunday. And then basically get to bed, wake up the next morning, do it again. Okay, good job. But you can smell the food. This is exactly what we were kind of after regarding the alpaca today, but it came out completely different than the photos. So we're still feeding some chicken wings now. There's like sweet and sour barbecue sauce, like a Chinese version. Which is decent, it's pretty good. Exactly what we wanted. So the best part about this is that in that last hour and a half of driving, we like descended nearly 2,000 meters of altitude. So last night it was freezing. So much warmer here, isn't it, Miss Pants? You might not need the jacket tonight. You're looking for dinner. 2 scoops for the adventure. Good girl. Goodie. Enjoy. Big vibes. Let's go. Only 2 days from Chile right now. About 3 months ago, that's the right turn I took, went to the ocean and started the coastal drive to Lima. And right now, this is the route to Chile. We're literally 150 kilometers from Chile, on the Chilean border. So it's all about today, really just getting to Tacna, which is kind of the last big city before Chile. And there we've got to go to the vet, get all the Paddy's documents sorted, and then I've got to pay some fines to leave Peru. And then hopefully it's a seamless transition out of this incredible country and into the next. It makes no sense that we're going south, ladies and gentlemen, but a continuous journey and getting back to my old tuk-tuk is very important. We left a lot of stuff, and I do have such an urge to travel the east coast entirely of Brazil now. So that's what we're gonna do, safely, on good roads, on nice highways. Surely. We're still in, yeah, probably 45 minutes from Tacna, but we're gonna find lunch somewhere here, I think. This might be one of our last lunches in Peru. Maybe our last, depending on what happens tomorrow. We've got a beautiful little plate of trucha frita, the fried trout, $3 US for the whole jug of chichamorado as well. We just got the tuk-tuk parked off, Paddy in the back chilling. This is a full restaurant as well, so plenty of food going through the place. This is nice. That's sweet. Again, nice bit of trout there. It might be one of the best in this little small town. Got nothing really going on apart from this market. What's these pods? There we are, back on the highway. We're still 60 kilometers from the border and they're doing like a control point.
Listo, hasta Tacna, no? Yeah, gracias. They got such an infrastructure set up and they don't even use it.
I didn't think that we had problems there. I thought we would maybe find some solutions because those same types of buildings where I have to find where to pay the fines, find where to do Paddy's documents, that could have all been done back there, but I know that I'm gonna have to do it in Tacna, but I could have at least had some questions asked and answered. Like I thought that was Tacna, but this is Tacna. It is a huge city. Well, I've never heard once Peruvians talk about it either, which is really strange. And because it just comes out of this mountainside, it literally like, it just, boom, it's in your face. It's wild. Welcome to Tacna, the sign's saying. The bureaucracy and paperwork stress begins, I guess. Tacna. How delightful. Just gonna pull out the GPS and go straight to coordinate the vet visit, I guess. Tacna feels kind of interesting. It's giving me like kind of big city vibes, yet this is the suburbs.
We arrived at Tacna fortunately ahead of schedule because these next few days of bureaucracy don't go as smoothly as I'd hoped. The agenda to organise for the border crossing is first Miss Pats, who has the strictest process for Chilean entry. First off, a health check visit at the vet.
There we go, we made it. Shocking parking spot, but good as it's gonna get. This is the vet. Yeah. Taking care of the tuk-tuk and Miss Pat's, leaving her in a little garage. We're in the center of the city, so there's no street parking. Tacna's just big enough, well, it's huge actually, but it's big enough to have street parking laws, so I didn't want to, I've got to really just go to the bank. I didn't want to muck around with getting a fine. Gracias. Gracias, amigo. Running around doing document bureaucracy for Pats and I and the tuk-tuk. It definitely allows me to see a bit of Tacna, which is nice. Wow. Huge big church in the center there. The banks, classic, have like the best real estate, so that's why there's one just across the road, kind of across from this big arch that's there, saying these arches were constructed in 1879. Paddy's paperwork, like I thought, wouldn't be done today, but it'll be ready tomorrow. We can just pick that up tomorrow morning and get out of here. The first bank, Banco de la Nación, is Bank of the Nation. Gonna take 40 minutes of a line. The whole system's screwed in Latin America, unfortunately, and from what I've come across, it's not just Peru that I've seen this, but everything works on like paper. There's even another line, so this is an agent. This is, the bank couldn't do it, the main bank, so they just said, they sent me to an agent across the road. So this is for lines to be less long. It's in like a mall. We tried to make it faster, it wasn't faster. We skipped the Bank of Nation 40-minute line to wait in that 15-minute line, and now we've just been told that if they make a payment to Sanasa, which is for Paddy, there they say it comes through and it's blocked, so it won't get sent through. So at least she knew that, but golly goodness, this system is cooked, man. It's a way to waste a day doing errands in Latin America, to be honest. Bro, this is like gonna be a 15-minute line outside and then probably like a 40-minute line inside. Never mind, the line barely moved in 15 minutes after me waiting there, so I just ditched it because it's already 4 p.m. How do I arrive in Tacna at 1 p.m. and lose 3 hours and all I've done is gone to the vet?
Furthermore, I need to find out about the fines for the tuk-tuk and myself overstaying the 90 days we're allowed in the country.
Oh yeah, Suna. I need luck here, ladies and gentlemen. I like that karaoke over there. Peruvian street performer. Anyway, wrong place. They said, oh, it's not here, it's over here.
But nothing in Peru nor the greater Latin America is ever well spelt out online, and it's usually a wild goose chase going off word of mouth to understand the process of the things that feel like they could all be so darn simple.
Now immigrations. Can we get 1 of 3 sorted today, please? Again, it's a payment I can't pay there. It's actually a payment I have to pay at the border. So it's only 137 soles, which is cheaper than I thought. That's only like 40, 50 US dollars. Not bad, I'll take that. Yeah. Now that's the bureaucracy for the day done. We can't do anything more, everything's kind of closed. So it just means finding a hotel for the tuk-tuk and us just resting tonight. How good's that? Good job, Miss Pats. Thanks for caring for my entire house and all my belongings. Literally all that I have in the tuk-tuk with you. You're amazing. You're amazing. Cool, cool. 0 robberies after nearly 3 years in Latin America. That's a win. And it's all thanks to you, Miss Pats. With the headache that all was, we're gonna have to take our frustration out on a little bakery, unfortunately. What a terrible time. How good. ¿Cómo estás? What the heck is that, Miss Potts? A celebratory lemon pie when we're not even out of the country yet. It's simply just getting to almost the border. Cool. It might be the best lemon pie of my entire life. It's not so like tangy, but that's perfect. The perfect ratio. Thanks for joining us, legends. Yeah, so that's become my rule. We found a hotel. So the rule is you drive along until you see a hotel, and then the first hotel you see that has a garage, usually that's signed, you go in, ask if they accept dogs. If all of that is clear, they've got a garage and they accept Paddy, they'll tell me the price, and whatever the price is, you just go with it, right? So they told me, yeah, 40 US dollars, the same as what my fine for me overstaying the visa is. So, yeah. We just had a lemon pie and now we're treating ourselves to like a really nice hotel. So, that might be, yeah, that's gotta be easily the most expensive spot I've stayed in, but that's a celebration, right? That's what we're doing. We've made it. The anxiety is built up and we're doing well. We're conquering it. We're nearly out of Peru. Good girl. Vamos, free. How's that, Miss Potts? The beautiful little abode. Wowee. Fancy, fancy. More than we can ask for as a weary tuk-tuk traveler. So, how good is that, Miss Potts? Literally, just your view is supporting this hotel for the night. So, thank you. Hey, look at this. How good is that? We got breakfast included. How good is that? I haven't seen one of these in ages. Yo, how good is that? Looking good, Tori. We got, yeah, ourselves well rested at this nice hotel, and now first stop is to organize the fine regarding the tuk-tuk. So we've got the right place for that. We'll go there first, then we'll just go to the bank, and then we'll drop off the documents, and then it's going to take like maybe half a day before they can process them and give us the clear. It's going to be, like I said, Paddy's documents are going to take the longest to formulate. So until they get that done, we'll have to stay in Tacna and then hopefully leave to Chile this afternoon. But Sam, what do you think about that? Hey, Miss Potts. That was a punch in the gut. Jeez, do I want to thank these Patreon legends. They are fully bailing us out of this vehicle fine that we've got to pay for Peru. Simply overstaying 28 days in the country somehow adds up to be nearly $400 US. Over $400 US on the conversion. That's insane. Never again, Miss Parts. That was an expensive little vehicle modification that we did that took so long. That's the whole reason why we stayed so long in Lima. But it would be a lot worse right now if I had gotten the engine transfer done, because if they tried to do an engine swap, that would have taken potentially, I believe, 3 months or more. You cannot make this up. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen these fire trucks from a distance, and I thought, imagine if there's a fire at the bank. I've found out yesterday I can only go to one bank to pay for Patty's documents. I got out of the line yesterday because the line was too long. And today, the only place that I can go to pay a fine that isn't blocked has caught fire in Tacna. You cannot make this up. It actually looks really bad. On the trucks. There we go. We're going south side, Miss Bats. Try to make this payment to the bank for you. Tell me you're in the suburbs without telling me you're in the suburbs. There's tuk-tuks everywhere. But we found a bank of the nation, but it's got a bit of a line. That's all right. After an hour and a bit even, we got it done. We just got to go to the document spot for Pats now, hand it over. That's when it's a waiting game. That's when we don't have any more plans for the day, and we can't go to Chile until that's done. We can't leave the city until that's done. Tacna seems... Oh, good job, Tori. We should have stalled, but we didn't. Tacna seems pretty like calm. It's a pretty peaceful place, to be honest. At first I was like, what is this? I got my mindset on you. I got my mindset on you. This is actually insane. We wanted lunch and we've definitely found it. The market literally was starting from the main street, which is all the way down there, and then comes right through, which is epic. So fruits, everything you can imagine that's edible can be found in this market, and even starts with toys. So we'll definitely find some goodies. This is a great way to kind of enjoy the last parts of Peru and kind of drink Inca Cola, because we're not going to find that outside of here. I don't think we need any last minute souvenirs, but you probably find some of that there here too. Knockoff shirts and things. That's cool. Got like Adidas, Nike. They have Oakley. There's even a New York Giants shirt. I was looking for my team, the New York Jets. There's no food here in this part. This is all just toys and stuff, little trinkets.
Where are you guys from?
My friend, how's it going? From Australia.
Australia?
Yeah.
How are you doing there? Tacna.
Going to
some
Chile.
type of
I'm going. Yeah, I'm
Chile?
just filming the markers. All these. This is cool. About to have
great.
lunch.
This place is
Have
great.
you been here for long?
I've been here for 22 years, yeah.
22 years.
Yeah.
My friend, I respect. And you're a Packers fan as well?
I'm a Packers fan as well.
Wow, you were from Green Bay.
No, I wish.
Okay, that's
I'm from Los
great.
Angeles,
That's
yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. No way. No? Frick. I'm going to Chile. Nice to meet you. I'm walking away, about to just say how appreciative I am for this Brian Green Bay Packer legend I just met. He invited me to his house. We're going to have lunch at his house. He bought some things here at this market to cook. That's incredible. And I'm walking away from that and then there's just a Chilean that says Ryan. I'm like, no way. What do you mean you know my name? So he put up TikTok, and he's showing me like, look, I follow you, and I'm like, this is too insane. Ah, gracias, amigo. ¿No tienes chicles?
Estos son masticables.
Ya, no sé en esa marca, pero.
Ah, ya, chicles quería.
Gracias. We're a guest, we can't come empty-handed. What can we bring to an American guy's house? He's got a Peruvian wife, he's lived in Tacna for 22 years. What? That's beautiful. I love those genuine, they're not tourists, they're not even travelers, they're living in a foreign country of a country that I really like as well. This is a crazy place. So I just said, give me 10 minutes in the market, and then he's gonna send me the location, and then we're gonna go to his house. This is a beautiful little thing. I love that when you find just random people. I just crossed him because he heard I was just speaking English in a Spanish-speaking market. Do we need anything? Like, do we need any clothes for the adventure? I think. By the way, these clothes, it's like, you never know how long they're gonna last, you know what I mean? But it is cool to get some of this stuff too every now and then. They're just sometimes not made of the best quality material, and they don't fit perfectly. They're like a fake brand at times. If you want baby clothes, this is a perfect place to come, because by the time they grow out of it, they're not gonna last that much longer anyway. ¿Cómo estás? Quería, ¿es picante? ¿Picante es? Ya. ¿Cuál son mejor? Picante.
Este es dulce.
Ella.
Sweet.
Tal vez. Ya, un picante. Some spicy chips for the road, a little snack. Oh damn, so they've got a Chicago Bears, and they've even got a Ravens jersey they're gonna show off now. Wow.
Como Dumbo.
Es buen calidad.
Sí, buena calidad, joven.
Wow. Look at that. No sabía que es XXL.
Ah, sí.
Gracias.
Ya.
Perdón, es muy
No,
grande.
no se preocupe, no se preocupe.
Wow. What a place. Never thought I'd see a rip-off Ravens jersey in a Peruvian market. That's crazy. That made my day. Man, my mouth is on fire. We've just clapped almost this entire pack. It's pretty much all closed. And we've almost got lost twice. This is what we need, actually. Hell yeah. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Puedo comprar eso?
Sí, pero botellita de vidrio tienes.
No tengo.
Eso le faltaría.
Pero ¿puedo pagar más?
Ya, está bien.
¿Cuánto es?
Eso está 6 soles, más la botella sería 2.50. 8.50 sería.
8.50. Perfecto, gracias. Perfect. We've got to give them a gift of a reusable Inca Cola bottle after we drink a bit, but this is cool. I had to make sure that I can't lose. Gracias, amigo. He said, enjoy the Inca Cola from Peru. Where's the tuk-tuk? Look at this, Pats. Deep in Tacna suburbs to visit Brian. This is cool. This is great. We're seeing more of Tacna. Thank you so much. This is so nice. We got a plate. This is the Tacna dish, picante, with stomach lining, a bit of rice and chicken that comes in this banana leaf.
Yep, it's wrapped up like that normally.
And then this is the green rice that comes with a little bit of chicken as well.
Yeah.
This is such a last, hopefully, final meal in Peru if we get to Chile. But yeah, thank you so much for your hospitality.
You're gonna come back for food.
I will. I need to be back in Peru. This
You'll want to
is
come back.
incredible. Thanks, guys.
Best place in South America.
Yeah, I agree. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much. Life-changing, literally. It was so comfortable. Such a homely vibe, and I miss that. Look at that. The piece of paper saying that Patty can go into Chile. Just the entry. So it's not a multi-entry visa anymore. It's simply just an entry visa, which means my visa's for 90 days. If we need 90 days in Chile, we can spend 90 days in Chile. That's nice. Thought it was gonna only be 60 like the last time. So we're off to Chile, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be all in the next video because this one was kind of an episode and a half as it was. So
Yeah, I'll show you little Miss Potts. Look at, she's lying down with her head out of the tuk-tuk. What you saying, Miss Potts? Look at her. Are you happy, Miss? You're just checking out what's going on in the world. Oh, you're adorable. What are you adorable, Miss Potts? See you next week, ladies and gentlemen. What a day, what a day. Wish us luck. We're gonna need it. Hey, let's go to Chile, Miss Potts. Let's go to Chile. Once again, see what Chile has got to offer. The north of Chile, Atacama Desert. Let's get it.
Join us next week on the Three-Wheel Dream, where I already missed the beautiful country of Peru after entering the expensive and unsafe north of Chile. I'm burnt out from the traveling as it is, and I don't feel I can rest quite yet as I'm priced out of staying long term in this next country and race to the first border entry to Argentina, but I'm stopped along the way.